Hello sirs and ma'ams, welcome back to another video. Now, last time boys, I'm sorry I left on a really early note there. I just received the worst news possible and you can probably see that it has already taken effect. I have been made redundant from the CEO job that I occupied at Hardlight Speed Battle HQ, and it's a real shame, I know, and don't worry, I know how broken these two new characters are, Punk Zaz and DJ Vector, and I have used them. Look at this shit, 6.5k, easy level 2. This crap is so dumb. But guys, I'm going to tell you what happened here with the whole CEO career. Hopefully I can, find a new job somewhere else and be the CEO and make money in a different game, but who knows, man. We'll see if Supercell are interested in me, But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Chaotic Sonic, and you won't know who that is yet, but as I talk a bit more about what's going on and what I'm trying to illustrate for all of you, you'll actually understand who he is a lot more, so let's dive into it. So Sega were really pissed off to find out that I didn't seal a $450 investment into Hardlight Sonic Forces Speed Battle, and unfortunately for me it was given to another player who was making an exchange of an account, and obviously that is against terms of service, but for the respect of the account and the person who, has been affected by this as well because of Chaotic Sonic or Starpulse or whatever you want to call him, I'm not going to give you his name. So what was really going on here was the account was sold for $450 and then there was an agreement to make installment payments, but anywho, this didn't come into Hardlight, and instead what happened was there was an error in our books and my VIP accountant had a bit of an aneurysm and now he's in a mental institute. He tried to run away with all the money and unbelievably he salvaged a good 40% of our actual stock worth. So yeah guys, they're going to struggle now to pay off everyone whenever they're working, and the salaries are going to be a struggle, but luckily for me I've been made redundant and you can see now why this event is so bad, guys. I had no control over it, right? I know how broken these characters are, I'm sorry, but look, this account, I'll go into more detail later on now about what actually happened between the two people that were making the investment. I'm only calling it that in business terms because, I am a CEO still, so you still have to respect me, okay guys? I'm still typhoid, so yeah. I've known Derrick now for about 3 years, and he's been on Discord since 2018, or maybe even before that, and I'll show you a few screenshots here and there of some stuff that he would have sent me or said about me in the past, because obviously I wasn't a great player back then, but there's some really, really nasty things there that really shouldn't be said, especially from someone like him who's become so washed at the game to the point where he's had to buy an account off someone. But let me just get it up on the screen real quick, give me just 1 second. Yeah, here it was a conversation with Shrills that he had, and whenever they were talking about player levels, he was just like, oh, yeah, so Typho is still trash, player level 14, no excuses. All he does is sit behind everyone and spam, yet he complains when someone is spamming him, and sure, whatever, but you're player level 15 at the time, and you still kind of suck, and I'm going to go into more detail on why you're a bit of a douche nozzle, but here's another message from him, right? He's pinged me in, Cancerous, and that's a server that we all kind of have. It's like a personal server or whatever. I'm not going to really talk much about it, but he pinged me in there, man, and it was fair enough. He said something along the lines of, oh, Typho, do you need a ladder? And I was like, oh, damn, okay, lad, whatever, cheers. And he was basically saying that I was trash, so that wasn't very nice. He's definitely been a bit of a lobotomized monkey. Now that's a term that was given to me from someone. Shout out to you, by the way, TF. I'm just going to call you by abbreviation, lad. But Derrick has been a jerk since day one, and it's actually crazy to know that he has not aged mentally in 3 years. I find that so shocking. Like another screenshot here where he's talking about the top 10. I don't know what he's talking about here, but he mentioned negative, and yeah, he was calling him trash despite putting him in the top 10, which doesn't make much sense to me. However, if you just don't know who that actually was, that's gotta go fast, who is a free-to-play 7k player. So, Derrick, you really need to kind of reevaluate your position in the ranks, especially in this game. I'll mention a little story now to you about Season 4, which was my very first Hall of Fame, but let me just tell you all about it. It's actually hilarious. Season 4 was the very first time that I had made a top 10 finish, and I'll tell you the god honest truth, Gotta Go Fez had given me one free win, which was able to help me seal 10th position on the leaderboard. I actually tanked from 6650 because I tried using Cream and I was a pretty low level at the time, so it kind of hurt a lot. But that was actually the season that Sash and Ghost got 7k, and that's very, very impressive, and GG to use. And Derrick didn't make top 10 that season because, believe it or not, there was about 5 or 6 people who deliberately didn't come 10th. They didn't go for half solely to make him lose. And this is an image, this is a very rare artifact that Gotta Go Fest has deep within his phone's memory. You can see there the word bodied beside Chaotic Sonic. Reason being, he got completely smacked, and it was really, really funny to see that. Like, so fair play to everyone who kind of did that. Like, it shows you that the power of teamwork is actually what's been used for a long time, but not to trophy boost like STV. It was just kind of like to stop people that people mutually didn't like. However, I'm going to go into more detail now about more recent Derrick and compare the two of them, so you can see that there are not much differences between 2018 Derrick, 2019 Derrick, and 2021 Derrick. But before we do that, I have one more screenshot, which was him pinging an old moderator from the Hardlight server. And now, I didn't think he was a cool guy, but it's still pretty rude. He said, "Yo, at Zadon, Home Depot has ladders on sale for $5, and McDonald's have a special on value meals 2 cents. By burning blaze food is all up your ass." Jesus Christ, man. So you're able to spell ladders correctly when you're talking to me. However, ladders, alright, man. I can't believe that. And McDonald's having special offers on value deals. Like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. It's a value deal. Why would they cut why would they cut a deal with another deal? But here, Derrick, you're clearly in a different plane of existence right now, so I'm not going to question it. So let's just jump into some little 2021 Derrick shenanigans real quick. I actually recently fell out with Derrick, and I actually blocked him and shit because I got really, really pissed off at his idiocy. If you hadn't seen Garbage's video yet about the events and stuff, I'm going to link that in the description. It's a really, really good video highlighting that events are rigged in the game, and that's been a renowned thing among people now that we've all realised this now for a good while. But there are a lot of people that are unaware, so if you want to learn more about that, just definitely check out Garbage's video. But I have a screenshot here of Derrick saying, oh, he's really glad that Hardlight didn't rig the event, and the reason he's saying this is because he invested a heap of money into Excalibur, and when he got him to level 12, he wasn't really good with him. And this was before Hardlight actually buffed him a little bit more, and to tell you the truth, I think he's extremely good, but clearly Derrick is the more superiorly minded person, and I am just the spastic that has no idea what I'm talking about. But here, there's so much more stupid, like, hypocrisy from Chaotic Sonic, and I'm just going to show you a lot more here because he, like, disses a lot of characters, right? And he'll tell you he doesn't like them, or they're so cheap, or they're pathetic, or they're way too broken, and then he'll start using them anyway. Like, I was racing his $450 account, and he used Knuckles. And, like, you've spent money on not only your main, by the way, you've probably spent a good, like, 200 on your main more, and you're now spending another 450, which you haven't fully even paid yet, which I'll talk about later, on another account. So that's like $650, man. Like, such a waste of money. I could have gone to something so much better. But here, look, we've all spent money on the game. But my point here is, if you look at these screenshots here, you can see that he was like trash talking someone for using Reaper. He also disses Garbage for using Reaper. He then shit talks Reaper in general. Like, man, this kid is like such a cynical idiot. And then, like, a couple days later, or like a week or two later, he's like using his own level 15 Reaper anyway. And I'm like, right, you're after trash talking this character repeatedly, like, for a good month and a half, and you're just gonna go and use them now for the whole day. For what reason now? Like, the dude doesn't have any idea what kind of shit he actually talks, and it seems to me that he forgets that he's leaving a shit trail, like, all across the fucking Golden Wee Bridge. So, Derrick, man, please wise up. I don't know if this will actually, like, help you in any way, but I think you need to realise that you have not changed at all. And there was a stage there where I believe you might have, because if you don't know, he was actually banned from Speed Battle back in like 2018 as well, which is something that a lot of people don't know. He was unbanned like a year and a half later, so yeah, lads, he's like he's not the best man about it. He's not the cleanest slate, but yeah. One thing I will say is that I apologise, Derrick, for accusing you of being the fake Nuvino, because we all know that the fake news knows Yakidama at this stage. I'm 90% sure it's him. I don't really care. It's kind of funny like that he's like stealing some really old G name from someone, like the dude's like Belgian or something, I think. Not like completely sure on that, so don't quote me on it. But Derrick, man, I'm able to admit whenever I'm wrong. You just don't seem to have any clue what harm you do to people, or like how big of a douchebag you can be. Like, he actually had this little scheme where he would ask people who own servers to ban the person he bought the account from the servers in exchange for a Discord Nitro gift. Now, this is kind of crazy. The reason he's doing that is because the dude was willing to give me screenshots and stuff for this video, so it's a bit of a shame that he's being bullied for doing the right thing, but here, I stand the guy that's doing this for me, and I really appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. But Chaotic Sonic's just a bit of an asswipe in my opinion. Never really did like him. He's always been a jerk to me from the start, and I'm not very surprised. I'm going to talk a bit more now about this like purchase that he made, and I'll tell you all about what's going on with it right now. So the two businessmen agreed on a sale of $450 for the speed battle account, and Derrick wasn't willing to pay it all at the start, so what they did was they agreed to pay it in 2 installments, which was $200 and $250, and he would give him the account over after the $200 payment was made, and then he'd complete the whole purchase then afterward. He never actually did this. I don't know like when this happened or when that occurred, but he's now refusing to pay it, and since the account has already been connected to this guy's other iCloud account, the person who sold the account is unable to get him off it, so he's actually going to try and contact support to see if they can revoke access from Derrick until he pays the full amount, because it's only fair. If you agreed to pay that, you may as well go through with the whole thing. I know you're after getting caught and all, and people are pretty shunning you for it. You just have to kind of man up here and pay the rest of the money or give the account back. Maybe hopefully he can give you back your $250, but yeah, man, that's the whole story with the investment, and that's why I lost my job. So big shout out Derrick for ruining my CEO career here at Hardlight. But you never know, boys, maybe I could be reinstated. But I hope you can see that Starpulse hasn't changed in the slightest over the course of 3 years. Even being banned from the community for over a year and a half, like, didn't change him at all. He had a stage where he could have redeemed himself, but that slowly spiraled into madness, just like the way he always was. So I apologize for making this video, dude. I just have to get it out there. There's no point in me not. And to tell you the god honest truth, there are a good few people who really wanted all this compiled together. So I hope you guys can understand why I'm covering this guy, and never ever breach the terms of service, folks. Let's just play fair, you know. That's the main moral of the story here as well. I don't want people playing on alts and gatekeeping people maliciously and buying accounts, because then people can then start scamming and stuff, and it can get really twisted. So yeah, guys, that's all I'm going to say about Derrick for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and what I've had to say. I really thank you very much for watching to the very end. If you've enjoyed the video, please let me know down below what you think of alts and the trading of accounts or account sharing and all the shenanigans that actually be ongoing among the top players in this game. I'd love to see everyone's thoughts, but if you've enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. We'd really appreciate it. Looking for 1,000 subscribers at some point in my life would be great. But it's been your boy Typho, signing off. Have a good one, folks. Peace.